There's an old saying in motor racing that you can't turn back the clock.
But for one weekend of the year, that old saying goes completely out of the window.
Well, there's plenty of food for thought for the drivers in our first race. It's the St Mary's Trophy for saloon cars of the early 60s, and the grid ready to go, and away we go then, and up front it's the two big Ford Galaxies. Paul Radisich is the star at the moment because he's managed to get away just ahead of Barry Williams.
Yes, this grid gives you an idea of just how varied the cars were in early 60s touring car racing. Little minis, very quick. Darren Turner there working away, nibbling at the boot lid of that Lotus Cortina.
Fantastic contrast, isn't it? The two Galaxies up front, Paul Radisich from Barry Williams, then Jackie Oliver in a BMW in third place, but the V8 powered Galaxies are really driving away at the moment. We go on board with Anthony Reid, touring car Titan, and battling with Richard Atwood up on the outside. Anthony's in a Jaguar.
Yes, these Mark II Jaguars were very quick in period, but by the time the Minis, and particularly the big V8 Galaxies, arrived, they'd become outclassed. Anthony Reid doing a great job in that car.
Now we're back on board with Darren Turner. That little mini engine screaming away. He's loving this. Very different to the Aston Martin he races in the GT1 World Championship. And they're all battling through the corners. There's Emanuele Pirro. Behind him is Tiff Needell. Back on board with Darren Turner now. He's got that BMW in his sights. That's Eddie Cheever. He's trying to get past up on the inside as they come up towards the end of the straight here. And the Mini looking for any little opportunity to get through. And we ride on board Paul Radisich in second place at the moment.
Yes, and Barry Williams has gone ahead of him. Barry Williams leads the race in the red Galaxy. Hard on the brakes for the tight chicane. These cars are big, they're heavy, they do 140 miles an hour in a straight line.
Just take another look at the start here, and Anthony Reid initially got off the line pretty well, but then they came back at him.
Yes, he was eased off onto the grass on the right of the picture. There's Richard Atwood's red and gold Lotus Cortina easing ahead of him.
So up front it is Williams from Radisich, and then Jackie Oliver and Tom Christensen. Now in this Lotus Cortina you're looking at from on board with Anthony Reid. The Le Mans star, 8 times winner of Le Mans, is under pressure here from Anthony Reid, who slides the big Jaguar, and I think he's got the move made.
Yes, a wonderful move by Anthony Reid in the Jaguar. This Goodwood circuit, just as it was in 1966. It's fast, it's narrow, and there's very little runoff area.
And look at Darren Turner now putting Tom Christensen under pressure. It's Mini versus Lotus Cortina, and you wouldn't believe it, but the Mini's trying to go all the way around the outside into the back corner. Has he done it? I'm not quite sure he has. Meanwhile, we're on board with Andy Brio, and look at the tussling Cheever and Atwood are having just ahead of him. And Andy Brio, 3 times a World Touring Car Champion. I think he's loving this as much as he's loved any of those world title victories. Meanwhile, Tom Christensen and Darren Turner are hard at it.
Yes, a wonderful contrast between these two. A 1600 twin-cam Ford in the Lotus Cortina, a little 1300 in the front-wheel drive Mini.
Oh, and look how the way he's got up the inside. Fantastic. Sliding through. Darren Turner takes the place. Now, they're in the top two. You've got the two Ford Galaxies. Bit different. Oh, and that's a problem for Barry Williams.
Williams is in trouble. He's coming to a halt. Something has gone radically wrong, and the car is slowing to a halt, turning into the paddock. Barry Williams out of the race.
So this becomes the battle for third place, because Jackie Oliver is still running in second in the BMW. Anthony Reid in the Jaguar in third. Darren Turner in fourth place. That little Mini is still flying along here.
Yes, out of Ford water, long, fast right-hand flick, and then down. The brakes go on for the right-hander that is the start of St Mary's, and the Mini barely seems to brake there. Darren Turner just comes off the power briefly, then the left-hander of St Mary's, and the Jaguar is under real pressure now.
Yeah, he's going to have a little look down the inside. Oh, he can't quite get in there because Anthony Reid shuts the door. and they're running on really quite skinny tyres, so skinny compared to what they race on modern cars, and you can just see how the cars slide around as a result. Back on board with Darren Turner, and that Jaguar isn't as fast in a straight line as you might expect.
Well, it's got about 300 horsepower, but it's much heavier than the Little Mini. It's only when the Jaguar gets into top gear that it's able to ease away, and he's got much less braking.
He's down the inside. Oh, look at Darren Turner, beautiful control, and he sneaks in there and gets the Mini past the Jaguar. Fabulous. On board with Anthony Reid, who's still fighting the steering as they come through the chicane, but he's now got Tom Christensen also close behind in the Lotus Cortina.
In the pits, we've got the Derek Bell Pushrod Cortina GT. Derek's come to a halt.
Oh, that's a shame. Up front, Paul Radisich, the New Zealander, star of touring cars in the UK in the early 90s, but also used to the V8s in New Zealand and Australia. We're back with Anthony Reid, though, as he continues to harry that Little Mini of Darren Turner, the lapping back markers, and Tom Christensen's in there as well.
Yes, completely different specification of these three cars that are battling over third place. The Little Mini is light and very nimble. The Jaguar is heavy and punishing its brakes much more. And Tom Christensen in the Lotus Cortina coming up alongside Anthony Reid now and goes past him.
Oh, fantastic. But no, they're not giving up. Anthony Reid still trying to battle him off. And it's a three-way tussle for third. Darren Turner on the inside. Anthony Reid on the outside.
The Jaguar hasn't got any brakes left. Anthony Reid goes completely wide. Brilliantly manages to keep the car pointing down towards the chicane.
Great car control. How did he keep it out of the barrier? He's on the grass coming out of the chicane now. Wonderful stuff from Anthony Reid, who seems completely unfazed by it all. And he's across the line. So Tom Christensen, look, I think he's managed to get past Darren Turner. So suddenly Tom's really flying with the Lotus Cortina here.
Yes, Christensen really settling down into this car, but he has to keep the door shut because the Mini is able to go shooting down on the inside. Little way from Darren Turner there. He's really enjoying this battle.
But up front and a long way ahead is Paul Radisich. He's totally in control. Once Barry Williams went out of it, he's had it all his own way. Look at this. This is what happened to Anthony Reid.
Yes, I think that Jaguar's running very short of brakes. He locked up a brake, but he's unable to slow that big heavy car for Woodcote.
No, this was it from on board, and it went wider, and he just managed to get enough corrective lock on to sort it out. And he's still in there, but obviously lost time as a result. Here comes Paul Radisich, though, and it's all looking good for the Kiwi. An absolutely superb drive up front in the big Ford Galaxy. And Paul Radisich is going to take victory in the St Mary's Trophy. A lovely performance from him. Second place is going to go the way of Jackie Oliver in the BMW 1800. And Tom Christensen is going to come home, I think. Yep, there he is. He's going to take third place. Darren Turner has to settle for fourth place in the Mini. And Anthony Reid has survived despite his lack of brakes. He's a little bit behind them, and he's brought it home in fifth place. A fantastically entertaining St Mary's race for these 1960s saloon cars. Radisich winning from Jackie Oliver, Tom Christensen with Darren Turner and Anthony Reid completing the top five.
Paul Radisich, massive front-engine V8 rear-wheel drive. That's your bag, isn't it?
It is. I've 10 years in Australia sort of set me up well for today, but Jackie's right. I mean, I thought I'd just sort of ease up a bit, but I had no brakes towards the end, and I thought another lap, who knows what would have happened. So
who needs brakes?
Oh, you need brakes in these things. Believe me, the old gear bag took a bit of a knock.